Off and running. Big D Energy on a Tuesday. Neil Rule and Darren McCarty and Big Mike Gentry and Spencer Raxter and all of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts on there. If they're good, even if they're stupid, whatever. Get it in. But yeah, Detroit Lions stuff. There has been some movement in the running back room, kind of. Tom Pelissero, he tweeted out the Lions have re-signed running back Mo Ibrahim to the practice squad. And I know people liked what they saw from him in the preseason. Obviously was let go, but now brought back. And D-Mac, just at first glance, and I heard about this as we were getting ready to go on air. Just at first glance for me, this seems to be a theme, right? And I saw it in the chat. I saw the same names, the Leonard Fournettes and name your washed running back. Hell, even I, because I've always had a soft spot for Kenyon Drake.
Bring Zeke home.
Bring him home. Now, I've always had a soft spot for Kenyon Drake. So I even did it to a degree. But D-Mac, this team, this organization, it seems to be very, very cut and dry. They like their spot, they like their guys, and that's how they're going to roll. Period.
No, that's absolutely right. We saw that the way Brad Holmes has put this team together. We saw that in free agency this summer and re-signing their guys. You look at, do you think that they might know something, right? You look at this past weekend. Who's the guy two guys that stood out that had, one of their better games as a Lion? Alex Anzalone, right? And Will Harris. These are guys that they've stuck with. Now they brought Anzalone in, and there's questions of why was he re-signed and stuff like this. He's just improved on, even last year's performance. So the bottom line is you just got to go with. You can hope. You can say, oh, this guy's out there. I wonder if he's interested. Brad Holmes and Steve Eisman operate a lot alike. They don't let you know, but they let you know. Right? Does that make sense? They don't tell you.
They show you.
But if you pay attention, they show you. And it goes back to a lot of things you keep seeing. As far as that we say culture. This is part of culture. Because only they know what's going on in Allen Park. Only they know what's going on in practice squad and what guys. So isn't this one of the things that we've always been talking about? Availability is the best ability in the NFL, right? Every team goes through injuries. We've definitely gone through injuries so far, yet we're 5-1 with next man up. So if Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell say Ibrahim's that next man up, I'm all for it.
100%. And he's earned that. Absolutely,
and that's
he's
the
earned
whole
that.
thing. And you like, in a small way, Neil, like it's the things that we saw. You look at like Jameson Williams after catching the one, dropping the next, and going right back to him, making a great adjustment, catching that ball. Well, that to me, culture-wise, and the excitement on the receivers tells me he's doing everything they're asking of him at practice. And these questions that we've been wondering on maturity and doing other things, well, that's how you show confidence in your guys. It's the same way in bringing guys up or giving guys an opportunity if other guys go down.
I just had an idea that popped in my head that we're going to do at 11:28. I'm going off the sheet, so just so you guys know.
I love it.
But it is Lions related. We have a situation in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread right now. We have emerging, like the superpowers in WrestleMania, D-Mac, back in the day when Macho Man and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
When Hulk Hogan and Macho Man got together. I hate simps too.
Eat your vitamins, brother.
Aye, Brandon Katz. It's me and you against these drunk Detroit fans, buddy. LOL. There's been an alliance in the chat.
Hey, Simps, you might not want to align with Katz.
Yeah.
You know what, though? You guys are... I like this.
No, I
it's
like
got
it too. I'm
WWE
just saying for
vibes
his
to
own,
it.
I mean, you're going to get put under the Cat's scrutiny then.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you signed
bring
up
it on
for.
yourself.
Until he hitched his wagon.
I mean,
too.
remember, Simp, I was raised by Johnny Rambo. So, I mean, he dropped first blood. Let's go, baby.
You drew first blood.
But no, it is, though. But Mo Ibrahim signed to the practice squad. And look, from what I'm hearing and what I'm gathering, and D-Mac kind of, as you said, just putting one and one together, and listening to Dan Campbell on the team's radio outlets yesterday and his discussions that he was talking about, you can hear it in his voice. And with David Montgomery, I'm saying, for them to be as forthright, he's going to miss some time, D-Mac. You know.
Yep.
You've heard that. You've heard coaches say that before. Dan Campbell from Woodward Sports, Dan Campbell said David Montgomery will be out for, quote, a little bit, unquote, due to a rib cartilage injury.
Not keeping it incognito.
He's questionable for this. No, he's going to miss some time.
Yeah.
So, D-Mac, you ever do any rib cartilage stuff in your life?
Oh, it's the worst. Broken ribs or strained ribs or anything like that, because it's your mobility.
Your core.
Your core. That's tough. Real tough. So, I mean, and let's look at how David Montgomery plays and how he runs. You got to let him get as healthy as possible. And that's the luxury also of having the record you do.
Of the start.
You know, like there's so many things that play into this. And as far as, you know, the big thing, too, look at this team. 3-0 on the road this season, you know, what they did at the end of last season. I remember less than 2 years ago, we were questioning this team whether they could ever win a road game.
They had won, like, single-digit road games in the last 8 years or something like that combined. It was some crazy-ass number that you would never believe if somebody said
it.
As
we break down, you know, getting towards the game this week, and we're playing Baltimore, we're all aware we're playing Lamar Jackson and the mobility and what we struggled with in the past, but at no time, how are you going to compare this team to even the team last year? You can't defensively because of what they've done against the run. Now, mobility-wise, Lamar Jackson and what he can do, you know, we still have to prove that we can contain that quarterback, and they've given us problems, but this is a different team and this whole mentality. So, yeah, it doesn't get any easier going into Baltimore, but how can you not be confident?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Happy Camper Harry. These new Lions remind me of the Bad Boys. Both had offense rolling and added pieces to strengthen the defense. They're also a tight group playing for one another. Here comes our rings. So there's that sentiment is building as well. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, I hate Sims. No, I'm talking ish about those fools who were saying Monday and earlier that Lamar can't read defenses and all the typical hater ish when film says different. We'll get into that. And as the week rolls on, we'll get into the Baltimore stuff. Because when last we left Lamar, I like doing this, by the way. This has become my new favorite thing that we do. When last we left Lamar Jackson, we were talking about the contract, right?
Yeah.
And I was sitting up here saying, guys, he's going to get it. And people were like, no, you can't give him that money. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, then what's the play? There was no play. No, they gave him the contract.
You mentioned they had him he had them over a barrel.
Yeah. And he got the contract, and that was it. So, we'll revisit Lamar as the week goes on. And hey, as the week goes on Sunday before the Lions take on the Baltimore Ravens, tap in to Woodward and Maine right here on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Sunday, 8 a.m. Start your NFL Sunday with Woodward Sports and the Lions Insider Show, hosted by Gabby D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and the King, Terry Foster, as well. Also a Tuesday episode from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. as well. Kick off your Lions Sunday with the organization that's doing Lions football better than anybody in this town, Hard Stop, Woodward Sports Network. Yes. All day long. Like, you do the Insider Show, you do the pregame show, you do the live stream, you do the postgame.
Yep. Then you hear my drunken thoughts on Twitter at night.
And nightcap it.
Yep.
Just kind of flip through Twitter with Spend Mo Racks, a full live stream in, and if you've seen it before, you know what that means.
Mm-hmm. It gets down. Those are fun, man.
They are fun.
I know. I got to get in there.
They're black and hey, I got to call it where it is, but we're sweating Booner's bets every Sunday, and he's hitting a ton. He's got to be hitting on 75% of them. And
that's aggressive.
It is. But he, like last week, he said because he's hilarious. He was funny. He's going, D-Mac, stake my reputation on Alma Ross St. Brown. I put everything out there on it. And sure as heck, what happened? He came through every bet. So
I staked my reputation.
I staked it, D-Mac, and put it all on the line. That's on the table.
Congratulations, you just got Almond Ross St. Clown.
I staked my reputation.
Here it was.
And then it always ends with Booner chugging some blue Kool-Aid.
That's what I'm saying.